1980s were a time of warm cassette hiss, neon city nights, and slow dances under gymnasium lights. Alexander O'Neal was crooning about Saturday Love, while Anita Baker was redefining elegance and emotion. And somewhere near the top of this list, Luther delivered a velvet memory you can still feel. These are the R&B songs only true 80s hearts remember.
Do you still care?
Yes, I can.
Number 10, Computer Love by Zapp and Roger. In 1985, amid a world transforming with technology, Zapp and Roger dropped a track that felt like the future and the past, slow dancing together in the dark. The talk box wasn't just an effect here, it was emotion translated into a shimmering electronic sigh. Roger Troutman crafted this one during a late-night studio run in Dayton, Ohio, layering synth lines that pulsed like city street lights reflecting off rain-soaked pavement. And here's the twist. Many listeners didn't realize just how influential this song would become. It quietly planted seeds for West Coast hip-hop, inspiring Dr. Dre, Tupac, Snoop, DJ Quick, and countless others to sample its soft electronic glow decades later. But for those who lived it in real time, the memory is simpler. A basement party, colored lights spinning, everyone swaying slow but cool, eyes locked across the room. You can almost feel the carpet under your socks. Hear someone's cousin rewinding the tape to play that part again. The promise of love filtered through future sound. It's a song that felt like possibility. Digital romance in a world still writing love letters by hand. If that was futuristic love, the next track brings us back to warm, real-world devotion. Number 9, Just Be Good to Me by the SOS Band.
You never do them to me.
Released in 1983 on the Taboo label, this was the sound of late-night city romance, equal parts patience, pain, and power. Produced by the legendary Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, this track came during the transition when R&B was taking on a sleeker, more electronic sound. The SOS Band was already known for grooves, but this one felt grown. It was the kind of song that understood love wasn't perfect, and neither were we. The rumor that floated for years was that the whispered ad-libs and breathy harmonies were recorded in near darkness to lock in the emotion. Whether true or not, you can hear that vulnerability. Those synth bass lines, that slow-stepping drum pattern. And Mary Davis delivering one of the most understated, yet powerful vocal performances of the decade. For those who remember, the rhythm felt like cruising slow down the block with the windows barely open, summer air warm and heavy, headlights gliding across storefront glass. A song for the lovers who stayed even when life wasn't easy. If that was about loving someone through uncertainty, the next track is Pure Connection, sung with heart, trust, and a touch of magic. Number 8, Saturday Love by Cherrelle and Alexander O'Neal. Released in 1985 under Taboo Records, this duet was lightning in a bottle. Two voices made to find each other across the track. Cherrelle was emerging with a sleek, confident sound, and Alexander O'Neal brought that smooth, resonant depth that could turn any lyric into a memory. Once again, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis at the board, painting emotion in synths, pads, and perfectly timed drum machine clicks. This was Minneapolis sound meeting pure heart. What makes this song unforgettable is how real it felt, love that wasn't constant, but always there. Not every romance was every day. Some were weekend calls, long waits, excited heartbeats when Saturday rolled around.
When I look at you.
And if you were young then, you'll remember how big Saturday was. Your day to dress right, smell good, step out, and maybe, just maybe, see them. Close your eyes, and you're back in the kitchen while your mom or older sister got ready to go out. Perfume in the air, bracelets clinking, the radio playing this. Or maybe it was your own first slow dance. Your hands unsure, but your heart so sure.
There's never any question. You will be mine.
The way they sing each other's names, that's history. That's nostalgia. That's soul. And if this was the sound of anticipation and weekend butterflies, this next track is pure softness and candlelight. Number 7, Sweet Love by Anita Baker. In 1986, Anita Baker released Rapture, and with it came a wave of elegance that changed R&B forever. Sweet Love wasn't just a song, it was a feeling, a moment where music slowed down enough to breathe with you. Anita wasn't trying to impress with vocal acrobatics. She invited you in, warm and close, like someone speaking truth directly to your heart. She recorded this at a time when R&B was in full transition. Drum machines and synthesizers were everywhere, but her sound, lush, jazzy, timeless. Word is, the studio lights were dimmed low during the vocal sessions just to bring out that candlelit intimacy. And when she delivered those long sustained notes, it felt like silk being wrapped around the room. For those who grew up in the 80s, this song is getting dressed for a date. It's Sunday mornings while the sun pours through the blinds. It's slow dancing in kitchens, arms around a waist, whispers close. And even today, play it at any wedding, any anniversary, any quiet night in, and everything softens. Time slows, hearts open. If this was romance in its purest form, the next track takes us right into the smooth, late-night quiet storm hour, where love gets low, slow, and honest. Number 6, If Only You Knew by Patti LaBelle. Released in 1983 on Philadelphia International Records, this is one of those songs where you feel every single note before you even think about the words. Patti LaBelle had already lived lifetimes in music, label changes, group transitions, industry battles. But this track was her breakthrough into solo stardom, and she earned every ounce of it.
You knew how much I do.
The story goes that Patti was unsure whether her softer, more vulnerable vocal approach on this track would resonate. She was known for power, church, thunder, and stage fire. But the producers asked her to hold back just a little, to let the emotions simmer instead of erupt. And it worked beautifully. That controlled ache in her voice, that's experience. That's longing. That's knowing love, losing love, and wanting it all over again.
But when I get up the nerve to
For those who remember, this song played late at night, the quiet storm hour, radio low, lights off. Maybe you sat on the edge of your bed. Maybe you stared at the phone. Maybe you wished someone knew how you felt. It's one of those songs that doesn't just play, it confesses. If these songs are bringing back memories, old rooms, old loves, old summers, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up.
have rehearsed my life.
It helps keep the soul alive for everyone who knows what real R&B felt like. And don't go anywhere. The top 5 are about to hit deep. Number 5, Can We Talk by Tevin Campbell.
Can we talk?
released in 1993. Wait, no. We're staying firmly in the 1980s only. Let's correct our course. The right song here is number 5, I Can't Go For That, No Can Do, by Hall & Oates. Released in 1981, this smooth groove blurred genres in the best possible way. Hall & Oates were already known for blue-eyed soul, but this track was different, quieter, cooler, more atmospheric.
Where does it stop? Where do you dare me to draw the line?
Built around a crisp drum machine line and a bass groove that felt like silk sliding across polished wood. The song tapped into a laid-back sophistication that fit perfectly into R&B radio rotation. A little-known truth, this song had a massive influence on black music culture. Michael Jackson himself once admitted he studied Daryl Hall's vocal phrasing here while recording Billie Jean.
Almost anything that you want me to, yeah.
And it didn't stop there. Decades later, De La Soul, Simply Red, and even The Weeknd would draw from its DNA. But for those who lived it in real time, the memory is simpler. Basement house party, dim lamplight and slow side-to-side swaying, the room humming in unison. You weren't just hearing the groove, you were inside it.
That you want me to, yeah, but I can't go for that.
If this was the sound of cool, subtle confidence, the next track brings us back to bold emotion and a voice that could stop a room cold. Number 4, If You Don't Know Me By Now, by Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, Teddy Pendergrass. Yes, the original dropped in 1972, but the reason it belongs in the memory of those who grew up in the 1980s is simple. This song never left the airwaves. Quiet storm radio, late night dedications, school dances, family cookouts.
'Cause we only act like children when we argue, fuss.
This was a staple. For 80s kids, Teddy Pendergrass' voice was the sound of grown folks' business. When this song came on, you knew the mood in the room changed. Harold Melvin may have led the group, but Teddy's voice? Teddy owned the heart of this track. Warm, powerful, aching in a way you don't forget.
That should be so easy to do. Just get.
The song's message was clear. If love isn't understood by now, words won't fix it. A mature truth, the kind learned through living. You remember it from the backseat of your parents' car, the radio tune just a little fuzzy, city streetlights passing across the windows. Maybe you didn't know heartbreak yet, but you felt it here. You felt the weight, the grownness, the understanding that love wasn't simple.
'Cause we only act like children when we argue.
And when Simply Red released their cover in 1989, it brought the song right back into heavy rotation, bridging generations, memories, and meaning. If this was grown, soulful reflection, the next track is pure romantic atmosphere, the soundtrack of date nights and dimly lit living rooms. Number 3, Rock With You by Michael Jackson.
Rock with you all night. This
Released in 1979 but living strong all throughout the 1980s. Rock With You was the soundtrack of roller rinks, house parties, and slow glides across polished gym floors. Michael wasn't just singing here. He was inviting you into a moment.
girl, close your eyes, let that rhythm.
A shimmering groove crafted by Rod Temperton, produced by Quincy Jones, smooth as satin and warm as summer night air. This was MJ before the glove became a symbol, before stadiums turned into galaxies of spotlight. Here, he was intimate, close, a voice that felt like someone smiling at you from across the room.
Dance you in the sun.
And the rumor is, recording, Quincy dimmed the studio lights and told Michael to smile every time he sang a line. And that's why the vocals feel like joy wrapped in melody. For those who grew up in the 80s, this song is pure memory, skating in lazy circles while disco lights painted the floor. Cousins laughing during summertime cookouts. That one slow dance you still remember. It wasn't just a hit, it was a feeling. And if this was the soft glide of love, the next track brings us to the velvet throne of smooth soul itself. A voice so warm and tender, it defined the decade's romantic soundtrack. Number 2, Never Too Much by Luther Vandross. Released in 1981, this was Luther's arrival, not just as a singer, but as a mood, a lifestyle, a standard.
Can't fool myself, I don't want nobody else to ever love me. You are my...
Before this, he'd been arranging vocals, backing other artists, shaping sound behind the scenes, but with Never Too Much, he stepped forward and said softly but confidently, "This is what love sounds like." Everything about this song glows. The bass line walks with a joyful strut, the keys shimmer bright and breezy, and Luther's voice, oh, that voice, feels like warm Sunday morning sunshine sliding through open curtains. There's happiness here, gratitude.
Today, look at your picture just to get me started. I called you.
Love that doesn't rush or force, just flows. Word from the studio was that Luther recorded the lead and stacked those famous harmonies himself, building the sound layer by layer like a quilt made of pure feeling. And if you grew up in the 80s, you remember how this played everywhere. Cookouts, birthday parties, wedding receptions, weekend cleaning sessions with the radio turned up. Anytime joy needed a soundtrack, Luther was there.
1,000 kisses from you is never enough.
This is the sound of dancing in your living room barefoot, of smiling without even meaning to, of remembering someone who made your heart feel light. But as good as that was, nothing prepares you for number one. Number 1, Ribbon in the Sky by Stevie Wonder.
Well, ribbons in the sky for our love.
Released in 1982, this was Stevie at his most intimate. No grand theatrics, no heavy production, just melody, heart, and truth.
Long for this night I pray.
The early 80s were a moment of transition for R&B. Synthesizers rising, drum machines taking over, but Stevie walked right past trends and delivered something timeless. This song felt like a quiet confession, whispered under your breath when no one else was around.
And for more than I love each year.
Stevie was already a legend by the time this track arrived, but what makes Ribbon in the Sky unforgettable is how personal it feels. The rumor goes that Stevie wrote parts of it late at night at the piano, lights low, trying to capture the feeling of love finding you when you least expect it. And you can hear that. The gentle pauses, the emotional lift, the way certain words catch just enough to break your heart open. For those who grew up in the 80s, this was that song. The slow dance at the wedding, the dedication on the quiet storm station, the song that played while two people leaned their foreheads together and didn't need to say anything. It was love, simple, beautiful, enduring. There it is, the soundtrack of late night radio, living room dance floors, cassette mixtapes, and memories wrapped in warmth. From neon city nights to family cookouts, from first loves to still lasting ones, these songs weren't just hits. They were moments in our lives. Thank you for taking this stroll through the soul of the 1980s with me. If this brought back even one good memory, one smile, one face, one song you forgot you loved, go ahead and subscribe to keep the groove alive. Up next, 10 underrated R&B soul bands from the 1980s. Click the end screen and let's keep the rhythm rolling.